ateljee vanmôre het ons mens 'n talent. Haar naam is Brittany Smith en sy is hier om met ons te gesels oor The Sound of Music. Ja, wat nou hierso van die 14de Desember tot die 14de Januarie in die Kaap was, maar nou te sien is in Gauteng. Hallo Brittany.
Hello,
So
dankie.
lovely to have you here this morning.
Oh, and then we switch to the English.
Ja, nee. Ons doen wat vir jou die lekkerste en maklikste is. Welcome. I mean, it's. I must admit, when I saw that you are going to be Maria in The Sound of Music, I thought, but dan you're classical. Jy's 'n opera sangeres. I mean, and most recently, I mean, you've been awarded a couple of prizes as well.
Oh, yeah, just some small things.
Yeah, some small. Best performance in an opera by a female at the Vlede Cup Awards for Le Nozze di Figaro. And all of a sudden, here you are doing a musical.
All of a sudden, here I am
How
doing
did
a
this
musical.
happen?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure that out. No, in all seriousness, Cape Town Opera was approached by Peter Turin Productions because, I mean, we formed a relationship when we did a masterclass based on Maria Callas and her masterclass that she gave university students with Sandra Prinsloo playing Maria Callas. And I think that is where the relationship started. And I think, with discussions, they all decided, let's do a collaboration between the two companies. I think it would be great. Rodgers and Hammerstein music is classically written, which is why it is so easy for us to sing. And if you think about it, this is actually an operatic role. I mean, it sits really nicely in my voice. It's an easy sing. However, it accesses a lot of my chest resonance. And I have to use a lot of what I've learned in my opera training to switch over into the musical aspect of the sound still needs to be present even though, there's a mic. And I cried groot trane when I got the phone call and I was told that, you landed the role, congratulations. And my first thought was, how are people going to perceive me as an opera singer doing a musical? And I think so far, up until now, I've done a pretty decent job, and I get many compliments, which is always well received. And I'm really happy that I get to do something like this that I can add to my CV.
Well, I'm always a big fan of a classical background in anything.
Yes, it's interesting enough that you say that. What most, and my jazz colleagues and friends that used to study with me on university at UCT said that, all the singers said that they are always advised to take Western classical singing or classical singing before they go over into the jazz genre. And it's funny that you say that, because when you look at the Rodgers and Hammerstein's music, it is very operatically written. I mean, if you look at Maria's very first aria that she sings, "My Day in the Hills Have Come to an End," it sounds light, but it's not. I have to access everything here. I have to keep it like this so that it doesn't jump all over the place and sound like a massive, Wagnerian opera. So this has been particularly, challenging in that aspect of how am I going to navigate, using my classical music training, and I think it's paid off quite well so far.
Speak to us about the rest of the cast. How's it been working with everyone in the cast?
Oh, an absolute dream. I mean, when I heard that, besides the fact that one of my very good friends, Janelle Versace, is portraying the Mother Abbess, which she does to perfection. There's no one better for that role, in my opinion. When I heard that I was, sharing the stage with Nadia Beerkus and Craig Urbani, alongside William Burgo, who I have, performed many operas with, I was a bit starstruck. I was like, oh my word. And I mean, I'm a woman who has, a little bit of a crush on a silver fox, and Craig Urbani is a silver fox. And then when I saw him, I was just like, oh, he's very, very nice to look at. But all jokes aside, these people, I've learned so much from them. I mean, they're big names in the media industry, and to be able to have them sort of come down to to my level in that aspect. It's a great honor to perform alongside them. And they're
please.
such lovely people.
Come down to your level. What's a nonsense is dit?
Nee, gits, ek is maar nou 'n klein visie in 'n baie groot see.
Wees maar nederig, ons weet dis 'n goeie ding. This is running at the Teatro at Montecasino until the 25th of February.
Yes.
So dis nogal 'n lang speelvak vir die besigheid. Tell me, when you went through rehearsals and the whole process and all of that, and then all of a sudden there's the live show now. What was the thing that you discovered during actually doing the show that you didn't think during rehearsals you'd find?
Maria's vulnerability.
Is dit?
Yeah. A lot of people say, oh, the dancing and that's the dancing. Ek het maar 2 linkervoete, but I persevered and I have gotten the dancing correct. But it was, for me, it was a vulnerability. And in portraying that and latching onto that, I allowed myself to become vulnerable.
Wow.
And that for me as an artist is a very, very big achievement on its own. Because, you know, we're so used to portraying other characters that it's easy to hide behind them. But because Maria is so honest, and Steven Stead's direction on hammering on her honesty and just being who she is, I have also sort of found a renewed sense of purpose in my life. And I've also rediscovered a different Brittany now who's heading into her 30s that I didn't know existed. And I have partly hugely to say thank you to Steven Stead for that, because he brought that out in me. And through that, I was able to navigate all of those. Because I mean, if you look at Maria, she's a complex character. Yeah. She's not a simple ditzy little girl. She's a deep thinker. Yes, she's a free spirit, and she loves to run around and do things spontaneously, which I'm sort of, you know, like that as well. And yet there is a sense of maturity about her, especially when she, you know, covers up for Liesel after her and Ralph, you know, play around in the fountain, and she's dirty and she comes in late and climbs through a window, and, you know, she has to cover up for Liesel. For me, that is where Maria's maturity struck me. And it has also just made me a better person as well.
Right.
You know, navigating my life through the eyes of someone who does exist, but in this musical portrayal of her life, you know, that can be seen as superfluous, but it isn't. You know, it's just been fantastic.
It's wonderful to hear you speak with such passion, not only about your character, but about this whole production and the thought process behind it. And again, yes, you are so humble about it, and it's just beautiful to see.
Thank you.
Why do you think people should come and watch this production?
So I've been asked that question quite a lot, and each time I think to myself, oh man, I need to give a different answer, and each time I end up saying the exact same thing. The Sound of Music is a family production. It is about love, about courage to defy odds, about stepping out of your comfort zone, but mainly about bringing back your inner child. And I think, you know, our world is so broken today, and what better way to just come and take your mind off those thoughts of, oh, I need to go back to work tomorrow. I don't feel like facing my colleagues. There's the traffic and that. And then you come and sit there, and people laugh, they cry with you, and they leave the theater feeling restored. And that for me is why I would always hammer on, you know, people, come and watch the show. Bring your kids, share it with them, because many people growing up watched The Sound of Music with the incomparable Julie Andrews portraying the role as Maria Reina. And I think the fact that thing of your inner child just coming home again is what makes this production so special. That paired with the honesty that each character has and portrays on stage is why I think this musical is always going to be a hit.
Jy het ietsie vir ons opgelaai.
Yes, so here, since we're talking about musicals, and our social media question also today was, what is your favorite musical? I thought, okay, I'm going to do a bit of a quiz with you and Pierre.
Oh boy.
So I cannot sing at all, but I'm going to share some lyrics out of musicals, and I want to see if you guys know what musical this comes from. Okay. I can give you some clues by humming or otherwise. Okay, so here's the first one. Okay, it goes. From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking...
Lion King.
step into the sun. There's more to see that can ever be seen. Okay, but what's the song? Do you know?
Circle of life.
Circle of life. There we go. Well done. Okay, next one. Nighttime sharpens, heightens
Oh, a Phantom of the
Sensation.
Opera.
Yes. Song.
Music of the night.
Music
There we
night.
go.
There. Oh, look at that. 2 out of 2. Okay. Next one. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leap.
Dit klink soos 'n Disney ding.
Yeah.
This musical has received over 100 international awards. It was first in 2003. Ida
Nee.
Menzel is known for the main role in it.
I am terrible.
Ons
at
gee op.
this. I
It
don't know
is Wicket's Defying Gravity.
No, I wouldn't have.
Now you see, I am an old school girl. I am
Ja,
like
dis
That was the newest one. Okay, so here we go. You guys will know this. Start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin
Chicago.
is. Yes, a song.
all that jazz.
All that jazz.
Wow.
One of my favorites as well.
Next one. I've a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain.
I'm singing in the rain.
There we go, singing in the rain. Oh, look at that.
Ja, jy het my geskop op hierdie ene.
Ja, nee wat.
I actually know a little bit more than what I thought I
Jy
did.
sien.
Ja, nee wat. Sy het goed gedoen in daai ene hoor.
Brittany, dit was heerlik om saam met jou te kyk. Thank you so much
Baie
for
dankie.
getting up early. Good luck with the production at Teatro at Montecasino going to the 25th of February. And I hope you have vol sale en baie mense en lekker gesing.
Baie dankie.
Nou ja, wat 'n lekker voorreg om met Brittany te kan gesels.